Speaking as former U.S. Ambassador as well as my current capacity as SRSG, I think the mission has had major successes over time. Indeed, I think the mission has been essential in terms of keeping the country together, in terms of preventing the situation from falling apart completely at various times because of critical security and political issues, of playing an essential role in terms of the success of ending the transition and holding 2006 successful elections. In more recent times, MONUSCO has done a great deal in pioneering use of protection of civilian operations in various ways to bring together the civilian and military components, to extend community alert networks, to develop ongoing and improved means of communication with local communities. These are things that are now being taken by UN Peacekeeping for application in other missions. We have greatly weakened the capacity of the FDLR, Rwandan extremist group, which threatens the welfare of civilians in eastern Congo. We have worked with other missions and in combination with others to attack the LRA, the Lord's Resistance Army, and their threat that they pose to the region, and an ongoing series of great challenges to both address the immediate threats to the population, security and peace in eastern Congo, the welfare of the population, and indeed the stability and overall capacity of the Congolese state to deal with these issues. That's the ongoing work that we're engaged in, and I think can be reflected in many great successes despite the magnitude of the challenges we still have ahead of us. The U.S., of course, has been an important contributor to the fight against the Lord's Resistance Army. First of all, obviously on the political front in terms of the work in the Security Council with other international partners, and very significantly actual work on the ground, including the deployment of forces from AFRICOM U.S. military forces to work with the Ugandan People's Defense Force and other forces in the region to combat the LRA. We in MONUSCO have established a joint intelligence and operations center in Dungu in northeast Congo, jointly staffed by ourselves, the Congolese Army, the FARDC, the Ugandan Army, and now American officers, to promote the sharing of information, to refine analysis of how we can best work together. We have worked with the Americans as well as the forces in the region to work on refining repatriation tactics to induce more LRA combatants to leave the LRA to be repatriated, to share information, to coordinate knowledge and information as to how the regional forces can work together. And of course we are collaborating to see how we can best support the Africa Union initiative to form a force composed of regional armies, regional troops, to combat the LRA as well. So there's a variety of broad range of issues. Our own mandate, of course, extends only to the Congolese border. The American government is engaged beyond that, but we, in combination with other UN missions and the countries in the region, are an essential part of a successful fight against the LRA and putting an end to this threat. U.S. support is essential. It is essential, first of all, because the U.S. is the greatest contributor to peacekeeping operations, including MONUSCO. The political support and the active involvement within the Security Council is an essential part of what we need as well to be able to do our work and the basis for our mandate in going forward. I would also, though, transform the question a bit and say that I believe that we serve a very useful function in terms of what the U.S. is trying to do to promote a more peaceful and stable environment in the world as well. The UN and UN Peacekeeping can take on missions, as we do in Congo, that no other country or no single country or group of countries is able to do, and that is indeed why we are there as a UN peacekeeping operation. So I think both in terms of the shared objectives of the U.S. government and we as a peacekeeping mission, the Security Council more broadly, share is a very important partnership, and then the support that the U.S. brings in the Council as a major political force in the world, and of course through active contributions to UN peacekeeping, is absolutely essential to our ability to do our work.